Zeref, you are a sick man. You are a sick, sick man. You are a murderer, you're crazy, you're a lunatic, and if this chapter has told us anything, you are quite possibly a rapist, because what the hell was that ending page about? That reveal, like, what? Okay, so, let's just back up, shall we? Let's back up to the beginning. So, yeah, this chapter this week, I'm gonna say, right off the bat, I wasn't really feeling it, honestly, because Kagura. I don't really necessarily care about Kagura. I don't hate her, but I don't like her either. She's just a bland character to me. I don't really care. So for her to go up against someone like as big as Rakid, I was like, well, this is obviously going to be a goddamn one-sided battle. She isn't going to stand a chance in hell, so it's going to be really underwhelming. And yeah, that's what this battle was turning out to be. So yeah, she's going all in, fighting him, and I'll give her props. When he had her trapped in that one spell, and she just, like, bit her tongue to, like, use the pain to overcome that pleasure spell he's, like, still using. That was pretty smart. And that was pretty cool. And she was going all in. She's giving everything she got. But, of course, he just ends up, like, just smacking her down. Like, literally, this dude, he must be the man of steel, because she comes at him with her sword, and he just, like, he's like Goku catching Trunks' freaking sword way back in the day, but instead, he just, like, literally, I was like, okay, so this guy, he's something else. He's just, like, blocking all this stuff. So, okay, Rakid, he's the man of steel there. He got there with Superman, so, yeah. Now, we did learn some more backstory about him. So, August over here, we flash over to the August versus the Arashion Saints and Jalal fight, and they're just decimated. He lived up to the hype. He just beat the hell out of all of them. They're, like, all down for the count, face down in the dirt. He's still standing there like they're just insects to him, which essentially it's proven they are. And then he goes to explain some stuff to him, because he's asking Jalal, like, you know, what's up with you? There was once a time you were a follower of Zeref, and now you're not. You're, like, against him. What the hell? And he's like, well, he starts with the whole friendship bullshit. Oh, he's using Urza, and he found the light and everything. Even though I remember one time way chapters ago, he was like, I followed the path of darkness. Okay, yeah, you found your light, but you're walking darkness, okay? And he's explaining to him, you know, Rakid. And he's like, yeah, our majesty, our emperor Zeref, he has a son. And Jalal's like, what the hell, what? And then he goes into details about this, and he's essentially like, you know, you learn a little bit of a tragic backstory for Rakid. He was like, when he was a child, he grew up with nobody loved him. Nobody loved him. And, you know, I can understand that. I mean, Zeref, if he really is his father, of course he can't love him. That curse, the more he loves, the more it takes. So if he loved his son, he would have just ended up killing him. So he probably wished he could love him, but in fear of the curse killing him, he just distanced himself from him. He was, like, cold and everything. I'm sure if Zeref wished he could, you know, he would. He would be able to, like, show love and compassion to his son. But, so he was actually doing him a favor by probably being an asshole of a father. You know. So, and then Rakid, he even touches up on that himself. He's like, you know, Natsu, my uncle, essentially, which he is, my father loves his little brother. He loves his little brother, but I'm his son, and he doesn't love me. Like, what the hell is with that? And so he's really bitter against that. So I can definitely see some a Natsu versus Rakid possibly at some point. Or, like, they're definitely not going to be probably a good first meeting. Then we have a huge reveal at the end of this chapter. Personally, it didn't come as a huge surprise, because anyone could kind of see it coming. The question is how, and that's, August is like, Rakid's pretty freaking powerful. there's essentially only one person who could defeat him, and that's at the hands of his mother. And then that panel drops, and it's like literally freaking Mavis, and it's like, what? What? Mavis is his mother. Now, I'm not surprised that it's his mother, but I'm confused on the how. How the hell is Mavis his mother? That it's impossible. Like the biological way. Maybe he's a test tube baby, but there is no way he is biologically literally given birth by Mavis, because he looks like he's in his early 20s or so, and the whole point when Zeref kissed Mavis and she died, that was like 100 years ago. It just, the time, the dates, the years, they just don't add up. So maybe he took like some of Mavis's DNA before he dropped her body back off at the guild back then. I don't know. I'm mind blown. I just don't understand how she's his mother. Gotta be a test tube baby, because I mean, she wasn't technically dead. She was dead, but not. She was more in a sense just comatose, essentially. So if Zeref was a freak and he just literally like raped her unconscious, like comatose body, that's really messed up. But you know, I don't know. It's just, wow. I'm at a loss for words. I'm extremely, really interested to see how that pans out. I'm actually really hyped for a possibility of a Mavis versus Rakid fight. That would be epic as hell. But I wouldn't be surprised if that gets let down through the power of love. You know, Mavis just gives him a hug, or she's like, you know, if I'm, you know, like, does Mavis even know that she has a son? I doubt it, but maybe because maybe she does. I like, there's just so many theories. There's so many, like, plot holes. It's like, what the hell? There's just so many unanswered questions and the big how. So, but I would be really hyped to see a Mavis versus Rakid fight. That would be really, really cool. Now, the chapter's name of the next one, Natsu's Heart. Now, that's gonna be something. I'm not expecting maybe, I don't know what the hell that could mean. That could be maybe his heart being consumed by E&D. It could be something about him with Lucy. This is definitely going to be a hell of a good chapter, because I really want to see the continuation of this Rakid and Mavis and Zeref, like, family ties right here. Like, I'm so confused by that. I can't even theorize other than, like I said, test tube baby. So, speaking of him, though, he's definitely Zeref's son. I mean, that panel there where he had, like, he's got his father's eyes. That can't be freaking, like, talked about. Like, no. I think he had the craziness in his eyes and that look down, like what Zeref gets when he's all, like, rape face mode. So he's definitely got his daddy's eyes, no doubt about that. So, yeah, this chapter, it started out as I don't really care about it, you know, the whole Kagura versus him. But it ended on a huge note. I'm not necessarily surprised that Mavis is his mother. I am just, like, confused on the how. Fucking how. I don't know. But we're going to find out hopefully as early as the next chapter. If not, then either way, that Natsu's Heart name for that chapter, that's definitely, I'm expecting next week to be huge. I'm expecting it to be very huge. I hope it is, but that end panel, that definitely redeemed this chapter personally for me. If I was to score it, I'm going to give it an 8, 8.5, anywhere between there, because that reveal alone did it for me. But like I said, the whole Kagura versus Rakid fight, I'm not really feeling it. Like, for example, even if he really did kill her, I wouldn't shed any tears about it. It may sound cold or heartless, but I just don't necessarily care about Kagura at all. I mean, I just don't. So it'd be a little like, oh, that's bad, and then I'd be over it like literally like a second later. So yeah, good chapter. It was a good chapter this week. It was definitely really good. That reveal has got me mind-boggled, but I'm still hyped for it, because, you know, I really like Zeref. I really like Mavis, and I'm rooting for him, you know. Maybe by the end of this story, maybe he will finally get a chance to get the girl he loved, and they're both going to be freed of the curse, and then they can take Rakid and have a happy little family with Uncle Natsu and Aunt Lucy, and, you know, maybe there'll be something good there, you know, like, we'll see. But this week's chapter was good. I'm really interested to see next week. But what did you guys think? What did you think about that bombshell reveal of Mavis being his mother? Are you confused on as how the hell is that possible, like I am? What did you think of Kagura getting smacked down? What did you think of August just like living up to his height, putting Jalal down? Because Jalal, in his own sense, is not a pushover. He's a really powerful wizard in his own right. And, you know, August just like... So what do you guys think of this chapter? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to read them. If you thought this review was nice, give the video a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'd be happy to have you. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next week. Peace out.